If you want to be able to buy the most expensive players and open the best packs in FC24, go to u7buy.com to buy your EA FC24 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. With their already amazing prices, you can get an extra 6% using promo code Inception at checkout. Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. So what you should see today on the YouTube channel is a bunch of fodder uploads for the reviews. I call them fodders because if they grow, cool. If they don't, not really a big deal. I'm trying out some tactics and stuff, so obviously we needed a lot of the post-patched stuff to kind of put out there. So there should be this video, and then there should be 3 that are going to be actual like main ones, I would say, right? This formation is not a main formation because the 4-5-1 by default is usually not one of the top tier meta formations, but I like to give you guys some different tactics, different formations, so that you have different experiences of playing this game, right? So this custom tactic today is going to be from Div10 Moment. Be sure to check out the original tweet. He has not released this yet, so when you guys watch this video, it will be released, and then I'll leave a link to the tweet. Div10, if you're watching the video, make sure you remind me because sometimes I'm very forgetful. Okay, so the striker is on drift wide. Both of the cams are on get into box for cross. Your center mid is going to be on stay back, cover center. Your left mid and your right mid is on comeback, target player, and stay on edge of box. And then your left back is going to be on stay back inverted, and your right back is going to be on stay back. When it comes to the actual tactics, the tactics can be set up like this: 32 for width, 50 for depth, balanced direct passing on the attack, obviously, 15 for width, 7 for players in the box, personal preference for both the corners and the free kicks. Okay, so let's talk about the patterns of play when it comes to this formation and why it's not like a mainstay for me. One, it's because the 4-5-1 again is not really super ideal for the higher tier meta of the game for the most part, right? Because some people can figure it out, but they figure it out in a way where it's like really, really defensive, and you know. This 4-5-1, what you notice the most, and you guys are going to see from the highlights, and I even mention it as I am scoring the opportunities, is that a lot of the goals that you end up scoring are pretty linear, right? I actually find myself always having like that the extra passing option. And the key thing here to mention, and it's very, very important to mention, is that with your left mid and your right mid in this formation, they are not your typical left mid and right mid. It's actually very ideal to use a card like Bruno Fernandes, right? So Bruno Fernandes over here, if you guys did his SBC, listen, I told you guys the card was good. It was just the pace. It's low in certain situations, but you don't care about it because he's amazing at everything else, as I mentioned in the review, right? This Bruno Fernandes card, right, is going to be the perfect example of someone that you're supposed to use in that left mid, right mid position. On Guillau's account, while we were doing the review with the players that he didn't have another really proper high work rated player, but the other one would be someone like Sawa if you guys did her card, right? So if you have both Sawa and Bruno Fernandes in your team, these two are going to cook in those sort of positions because they are cards that can attack and defend. Sawa is generally a really good SBC because of the rotation policy with her, as I mentioned in the review as well, right? The center mid to cam, being able to switch her in a 4 attacking play or a 3 attacking play is great because I can play her in different positions and the role that she'll occupy will always be nice. And then not only that, but you can even use her as one of your main defensive oriented midfielders and she still performs really well too. So if you have these 2 cards as your left mid and right mid, you will get consistent attacking AI in those positions that for the most part is always consistently cutting inside. That is the main attacking play that you will notice with this formation the most, in my opinion, right? And I think it's mainly because of the fact that the width is set up on a 15. Even if you don't have cut inside for those players, when you have direct passing on the cards, and then you also have a target player, right, on the cards as well, they will transition like this at some point. They'll be in the side positions and they will transition inside. Side positions, transition, side position, transition. You're always going to notice that this team, because it's a 4-5-1, is always constantly pushed up against the defenders, right? Because you have get into box for cross on both of your cams, pushing up against defenders, and it's just a constant push forward, track back, push forward, track back. So again, this is why it's not like a mainstay formation for me, but I know that people like to play this game in like the full meta capacity, and it is easy to attack against a little bit. So it's not like it's an overpowered formation, right? Because the midfield, you need to be as like full meta as possible, right? Get a proper medium high work rated player in that position as much as you possibly can, right? And then your back four has to be full meta. And then your striker, you can use different cards, right? A player that's going to be the most ideal there, as you guys know, is Mbappe, is Zebu. Some of those like higher tier cards will definitely cook for you. But in the highlights, you guys are going to see I use a lot of lower tier cards. I think I was using Sterling as the striker, and he managed to do perfectly fine. But just remember, some of these formations are not formations to use the entire game. There was a specific game I played where I had to switch from this tactic to a 4-3-3 that I'm going to be reviewing today as well, because the linear plays, they weren't really like cutting it at some points, right? But it is an option for you guys to work with if you find yourself in a situation where you really need to congest the defensive line to be as far back as possible and always get those constant trackbacks. This is going to be a pretty aggressive tactic to use to get those attacking opportunities going. But yeah, you guys will see what I'm saying. Watch the highlights and you'll see the attacking plays that I'm talking about. Hopefully you guys enjoy this introduction. I'll catch you guys for next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys. Good play, good play. Let's go, guys. Yeah, sorry, just making sure everything is good here. Yeah, okay. Nice goal. It's a cutback, but it's how the game plays. Very emphasized, but I made it work. There it is, extra pass, good stuff. I did the wrong decision there, but we do have the deflection at least. Nice. Good job, guys. Sure. Random, but we take it. Random, but we take it. Wow, I actually got rewarded for that. Nice. We would take it. Sure. Sure. Yeah, typical. Typical. We'll take it though. Very good. I mean, I'll take it, honestly. The play was already like, you know? So it's really bad with the deflection, but... That worked out. That worked out. Good stuff, guys. The patterns of play is like very similar. It's just the guy at some point in the side position kind of cuts inside if you have a good center mid there. that has the high work rates, and you just shoot, pretty much. Nice. Bruno Fernandes will be perfect for this formation. If you use him on either side, I don't have another center mid on Guillau's account here that has like the high and stuff. Like a good one, you know? But if you have another good one, it'd be great for sure. Nice. Very good, very good. It's funny when you do like any sort of like pass back, you're just gonna go right past that not right past, but the defensive line just gonna track back so quickly, dude. It's insane. Yeah, Bruno's gonna cook in a formation like this. This formation's good, but it's like, for me, you guys know how I am, it's too linear to the attack, like, you know? It's a little bit boring at some point, but I know you guys like this, so... That works. Let's go, guys. Good stuff.